Ghosts in Us contains serious and sometimes disturbing events and is not suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
It had the crying boy painting.
Her imaginary friend as a kid was a demon.
I looked that thing in its eyes and it changed me forever.
I absolutely believe it was like a demonic presence.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Ghosts in Us podcast. As always, I'm Blaine, for once not wearing anything black on camera. And as always, my co-host who knows the most, Taylor. What is going on?
Sure, I know the most, I guess.
It rhymed, all right? It rhymed. That's why I went with it. It's whatever.
All right.
Before we get into today's topic, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. What's happening with the YouTube channel? This channel is going to be primarily podcast now, I guess you could say, and shorts, and the kind of Taylor vlog that's going to be coming up after episodes. Mainly because our new show, this episode, we're going to be airing. This episode, I can speak. This episode is going to be airing this coming Friday. We are actually recording this 2 days before this is airing. It's a first for us. But yeah, our new show will be airing on April 11th. I'm able to say that because by the time that this releases, it won't be out for once. The time of recording matches the time of day that I'm referencing. Isn't that crazy?
Yay, we caught up on our backlog.
That's not good. That ain't good. But yeah, so I can happily say season 1 is going to be starting. It's premiering on Dark Realm TV exclusively. That is where all our investigation content is going to be going. I wanted to keep the podcast open for everybody, and I didn't want to put that behind a wall at this point. But I'm really thankful for Joe, Jay, and Jason over at Dark Realm TV. They gave us a really cool opportunity, and boy, did we run with it. We still have 2 more to go in the midst of filming. It was just due to scheduling conflicts. And now, but shouldn't say that. And now, but we have the first 4 done, and they're going to be airing on Dark Realm TV exclusively. You can get that for, I believe, $5.99 a month. It's a whole subscription thing. There's a lot of cool content on that streaming platform. And then if you want, actually, for a really good deal, it's $50 a month or $50 a year, excuse me. And they got a bunch of stuff on there, and they're still adding more groups, more content, more episodes, and it's really cool. But yeah, that kind of covers everything. I want to give a big shout out to Susan. She always comments on our podcast here on YouTube. And I want to thank all the new subs who have come. A lot of it has come from Dairyland when we were guests on his podcast.
Yeah,
that was really cool. So thank you to everybody who sticks around, listens, and stay here for the podcast, stay here for shorts, stay here for highlights of what is going on over at Dark Realm for our new show. And again, big thank you to everybody at Dark Realm for giving us that opportunity.
So what is your topic for this episode?
Yes. Okay. So my topic is media influencing the paranormal field.
Okay.
I think this is something because we've touched on this a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to like exorcisms and Ouija boards, when we talked about the Ouija board, I wanted to talk about the media manipulation or like media influence in the paranormal field. And I want to know what your initial thoughts are before we go into the my research into the discussion, because I actually found scholarly research into this.
Well, I mean, we've talked about it plenty of times before that I think media does influence so much, I want to say from like 60s or 70s onward. Like people will see a TV show or hear on the radio or this or that of like something scary or paranormal, and now everyone else has the same exact thing. Like, I think people just want to one up each other almost, or just get as much um like attention as the others.
Right. So are you? So you're kind of in the camp. Media is bad for the paranormal field, whether it be making a movie about like the Ouija board or making content
When it comes to Hollywood stuff,
when it
because
comes
they
to
over
Hollywood stuff.
exaggerate.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. All right, so I actually found, and I'll wholeheartely admit, you can go back, you can see the episodes yourself. I think it was the Ouija board episode that we talked about it pretty well, not extensively because we were watching clips of people using it. Um, but we did go into the history of it a little bit, and I agreed with you that media was bad, a bad influence on the paranormal field because it just exaggerated it. And then you get people like Yak Sagans
Yeah,
who come in
Sagan's
with
brother, you know.
yeah. We get your your interpretation of Yak Sagans who come in, and we get things like the Dybbuk box and things like that, where like it's the creator of it said it was a fake story, and yet we're still running with it at a museum and stuff. Or like people in magazines are writing about how this cursed object or something like that. You know, I was in your camp, but I did find two scholarly articles that I wanted to share. One is from the URL isn't scholarly. It's scipost.org. However, the person who did the study is a doctor, Femke Gausens. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. A postdoctoral fellow at the Department of Women's and Children's Health at the Uppsala University. She has her PhD in postdoctoral work, and her research will mainly focuses on the role of social media and people's health experience. Sorry, I'm reading off my nifty tablet here. Uh, her, like I said, social media and people's health experiences and behaviors. She did a study, and article was written January 11th of last year. So this one's fairly recent.
Okay.
She said, and I quote, when I finished my PhD, I wanted to do a lighter side project. A lighter side project. I have always been an avid horror fan and can really enjoy a good scary book or movie. I also secretly believe in ghosts, something many people find strange considering that I am a scientist and should know better. This got me wondering, is there any chance that my belief in ghosts is in any way shaped by media use? And is this something many horror fans experience, or am I just weird? End quote.
All right.
So she went and she used a, oh lordy, I'm you in this position today. I can't pronounce the names.
Yes. I'm not alone.
You're not alone today. The primary tool used for measuring the paranormal beliefs was the Tobacyk. I think that's how you pronounce it. Tobacyk apostrophe S, revised paranormal belief scale. This scale is a comprehensive and widely recognized in research for its ability to gauge different dimensions of paranormal beliefs. It consists of 26 items which participants responded to on a 7-point scale ranging from strongly disagree to strongly agree. These items are then grouped into various subscales representing different aspects of paranormal beliefs, such as traditional religious beliefs, psychic powers, witchcraft, superstition, spiritualism, extraordinary life forms, and precognition.
Do you happen to have this like list?
No.
That would be so cool though.
It would be.
To
but I
have
didn't
like
see
the
a link
list of
to it
what
in this.
strongly agree and strongly disagree.
Oh, maybe this is it. Hold on. Maybe I didn't scroll far enough.
I think that would be really fun to go through those questions.
I'm going to have
together.
all the links to this stuff in the description and the show notes for people who want to look. Yeah, right here's a link to The journal, you need to request permissions, except, oh, here, let's see. Get access. It costs $18 to purchase this.
I just want to know what the questions are.
I kind of do too, and I'm tempted to pay the $18. It's maybe I'll talk about it with you off air. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I will have all, like I said, I'll have all the links in the description and in the show notes down below. The participants were also asked to rate their frequency of watching 8 different horror subgenres. This spectrum included paranormal fiction based on true event reenactments, found footage, paranormal reality TV, which is, you know, kind of where we are sitting.
Yeah.
For our show, monster movies, slasher films, psychological horror, and horror comedy.
I do want to say, like, if we talk about like horror movies, my favorite like subgenre of horror movies usually is like the religious paranormal
Yeah,
kind of
they're
stuff,
the most interesting.
or slow burns that are witchy and occulty.
Yeah, I love found footage films. I could
Those
watch
are
a found,
pretty good too. Yeah.
I don't care how bad they are. Literally, The Blair Witch is one of my favorite movies of all time. Paranormal Activity is so fun to watch.
It is like
The
people
first
bash
3.
it. It's fun though.
The first 3 and the 5th one are the
You know,
best
like
ones.
VHS.
I
Those
actually haven't watched VHS.
the first 3 are great. The rest are garbage. But like that's all found footage, and I
Yeah.
love them.
I love found footage films a lot. Now the participants were then responded using a 7-point scale that ranged from never to almost daily. This broad categorization of horror subgenre allowed the researchers to capture a wide range of horror media preferences and habits. And then they went along in the subgenres. They had I should say Gaussians included several control variables, including gender, age, past paranormal experiences, religious beliefs, and general television and movie consumption. There's a lot of stuff that goes into these types of studies, you guys. I'm kind of trying to summarize it so it's not completely boring for everybody. Again, links in the description below. They had psychological horror movies emerged as the most popular, while paranormal reality TV was actually the least favored. So your ghost hunters, your ghost adventures,
I mean, I guess I can kind of understand.
I do too. I completely understand that, because at least when you're watching a horror movie, you can recognize that it's fake.
Yeah, and then like when you're watching ghost hunters or adventures or this or that, like you don't know if it's fake or not. I also think people might just not like it as much because you're just sitting there staring at like people standing in an empty room, and
Right,
you're just
but
kind of
that's-
waiting.
But that's what ghost hunting is.
Yeah, but a lot of people just want thrill. They
No,
want
that's
constant
completely understandable.
excitement.
No, that's completely understandable. However, Gaussians found that the consumption of horror media that claimed to be based on true events or portrayed as reality, such as paranormal reality TV and based on true event horror, positively predicted stronger beliefs in the paranormal. Surprisingly, the other horror genres, including found footage and paranormal fiction, did not show a significant correlation with beliefs in the paranormal. She said, and I quote, "There is a link between the media you consume and how you think about the world. In this study, I found that the more often you watch televised horror content that claims to be real or have its roots in reality, for example, your paranormal reality TV and based on true events, the more likely you are to believe in the paranormal."
I think when it's not big leagues, Hollywood people putting out these
Right.
paranormal things, it's almost more believable because these people are nobodies.
Right.
In a
No,
sense.
exactly. And I think reenactments are okay, but they do exaggerate as well.
Because
They kind of need to.
yeah.
Other types of horror content without the truth claim are unrelated to the paranormal beliefs. This is in line with the idea that the media content is perceived to be more realistic, plausible, credible, or factual. This can potentially lead to stronger effects because viewers accept the fictional content as truth, which I think is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, now, Gausens actually cautioned that the study's cross-sectional nature means that it captures a snapshot of media use. Oh, by the way, sorry, I should have mentioned this study was done 2023. The article that I'm reading off of is from last year. Sorry, when I was looking up the link, that's my brain, woo, wires are crossed and all over the place. Um, where did I leave off? The study of cross-sectional nature means that it captures a snapshot of media use and paranormal beliefs at one point in time, making it difficult to determine causality. Quote, it is likely that people who already believe in the paranormal are also more interested in this type of content, she said. Future research should therefore consider longitudinal designs to better understand the direction of influence between horror media consumption and paranormal beliefs. And the last quote I'll read from her, that wasn't a quote, but this is the last quote I'll read from her. Current media effect theories think of the association between media use and the viewer's attitudes and beliefs as transactional, meaning that pre-existing attitudes and beliefs predict what kind of media content you will enjoy and consume, and simultaneously your media use can shape and refine your attitudes and beliefs. And then I'll have the link to her actual questions answer. I'm assuming the answers will be in it. It's the study was called I See Dead People, exploring the associations between watching horror and belief in the paranormal, published November 30th, 2023. And I think that's really interesting that people are doing that within the last couple of years.
I think that's really neat because I mean technology is advancing
Sure.
literally every month pretty
Absolutely.
much. So like to keep up with this.
You're right. And now this one is the next one that I have is actually a study from 2001, and there's only a couple things I'm going to read from it. As I was scrolling through, I tried to get in contact with the author of this undergraduate research study.
Mm-hmm.
I got no response,
Mm-hmm.
as LinkedIn doesn't allow me to message people, so I had to like scour, and I don't even know if I got the right email. So, but I did make an attempt,
That's good.
to no avail. This one was actually done in 2001 by the Northern Illinois University. The author, it's called Supernatural Beliefs and the Influence of the Media by Melissa S. Halsey.
Do you know how crazy it is to think 2001 was over 20 years ago?
Right?
Oh
Okay,
my
well, when I
God.
was looking at this, it said 2001, but this says 2018. So maybe it's from 2018.
Maybe some of it was from 2001 and then
Maybe. Although, no, it's 2018. Sorry, from May 4th, 2018.
2018 is still far away.
Yeah, it's almost 10 years.
Oh my Lord.
But we're still in
Anyway.
single digits when it comes to it's 2025 at the time of recording. Who knows when you want to listen to this?
Okay, continue.
All right. This one I got to go down to. There's 57 pages. This one is super cool. This is, excuse me, the entire PDF. Like we got image. There are images, graphs, everything. This was a capstone research project, mind you. Now I got to go to page 11 where we talk about the theory.
All right, students, open your textbook to page 11.
Yes. Belief in the supernatural is dependent on various factors and functions according to certain aspects of society. Supernatural belief is influenced by the media, religion, and the need to explain the unknown. The media creates a huge impact on people in their daily lives and more deeply in their beliefs. When a person is exposed to a form of media that makes an aspect of supernatural phenomena seem realistic, the person is more likely to believe in that supernatural phenomena and that it may exist. Belief in the supernatural has not always been a mainstream concept, though there has always been belief in the supernatural. It becomes more mainstream for some. It becomes more mainstream for some decades, whereas other decades, belief in the supernatural is more present in subcultures. This is evident throughout history. Some of the times where belief in the supernatural became more mainstream are times like the Salem witch trials during the late 1600s and the fascination with vampires in the 1700s and 1800s. Since the early 2000s, there has been an increase in the fascination with the supernatural and a massive increase in the media that involves the supernatural phenomena. Some of the current forms of media that started fascination in the supernatural include TV shows such as Supernatural, The Walking Dead, and The Vampire Diaries. The supernatural has also become so mainstream that the topic of supernatural phenomena, how many times do you think I'm going to say supernatural in this, is commonly addressed in novels and movies and various genres, not just horror, like in previous decades.
Do we know why there was a big spike in interest in the 2000s?
I have no idea.
Like, I'm very curious about that too. Like, why did it spike? Why are we?
When did the Twilight book come out?
Uh, I don't know.
That was early 2000s, right? Let me look. Google. Google. Where are you? Let's see. When did Twilight come out? It's going to give you the movie, isn't it? Yeah. Book. Thanks, Google. Thanks, Hollywood. Searching. The book
Hollywood,
came
you're the
out-
reason for this.
The book came out in 2005. Didn't the Vampire
Early?
Diaries come out way before that? I think I don't know.
I'm just very curious. Like, why this sudden interest like spike again? The Salem witch trials and like vampires, to me, that explains itself.
Vampire Diaries came out in 2009. I don't know. To be honest with you, could be literally any factor. I mean, look at how many Dracula movies there are. Look how many monster movies. I mean, uh ghosts have been part of ghosts have been part of lore for millennia,
All of existence.
all of
Yeah.
existence. I mean, even children's cartoons in the 70s. Look at Scooby-Doo. That thing came out in the late 60s, and that was like their whole premise. I mean, granted, their whole show premise is ghosts aren't real, but like sometimes you run into one that's real.
Wow.
And then they're like, whoa, but they still get scared. I don't know. Okay. Uh, Angela McRobbie states that the Birmingham school believes that, quote, popular culture forms without the assumption that because there were products of capitalist commodity system, their meaning was entirely conformist and subservient to dominant values, end quote. From subordinate social groups. In the statement, McRobbie discusses that though people believe that they are separate from the mainstream culture, they are still the result of capitalist society. So it's mainly McRobbie here is saying in this study is saying that it's just money. Make me money.
Yep. I could see that.
An example of this occurrence is a supernatural belief shown in the case of The Walking Dead. For many years, the comic book was popular within a certain community of supernatural believers and supporters. This was a small portion of the population, but when the media decided to change the comic book into a TV show on a major TV network during prime time, there was a whole new population affected by the show. This brought the culture to the masses, and there is a massive fascination with zombies and the zombie apocalypse. Around that same time and since then, there has been a large amount of interest in zombies and the supernatural, and the media is profiting. Look at all the George A. Romero started it with Night of the Living Dead, continued it with Dawn of the Dead. Like he made the zombie genre that most Hollywood still follows today.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, also, God bless that man. He was a good filmmaker. He just wasn't making good films after a while when it came to his Living Dead franchise, which is a shame. Paul Willis is another sociological theorist who was part of the Birmingham School in Paul Willis's The Foot Soldiers of Modernity, Dialect of Cultural Consumption in the 21st Century School. He addresses how young people are often at the beginning of the wave of change, as they are often the first to experience the problems and possibilities in society. Willis also states that adaptations made by the young people are not well understood by adults. Young people find meanings and identities never meant to be there and defying simple nostrums that bewail the manipulation of passivity of consumers. Young people may believe that they are free to choose, but marketers have different ideas, as there is blurring of the lines between production and consumption. There is a belief that people are free to choose, but at the same time, there is an interaction between culture and media as people are, there is an interaction between culture and media as people are fed things. Though people believe that they choose what they watch on TV, but there is only so much that is available to the consumer. It provides this belief that there is free choice in consumption, but that free choice only goes so far. Willis also brings up schools and power structure that occur in the schools. Through this power structure, there are also people who use status symbols and use commodity consumption to display these status symbols. This is both influenced by popular culture and is influenced by those who are the dominant popular people or groups in these settings. And that's how supernatural belief is tied to the younger population. It can be seen at the major conventions based on the supernatural belief. They tend to be attended by younger populace, though many of the shows are also consumed by older populace. The supernatural belief was brought to the attention in the media through the younger generation. That was a lot of stuff I just read.
That was so much.
It's
so
basically
you're saying like media is trying to capture and like get a big audience, and it's usually focusing and targeting younger audience, and it expands, grows, blah blah.
Yes, and that's how.
And then the older
these,
audience starts getting into it.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for
too long. Didn't read some
TLDR, baby. I have to now go to page 18 of this document.
All right, everyone, open your textbooks to page 18.
Lordy. Now, here were some of the methods that were used in this study. It uses a mixed method to approach, a mixed methods approach was used with 8 45 to 60 minute in-depth qualitative interviews and 806 quantitative surveys. The research question is to evaluate whether the media has an impact on the individual's belief in the supernatural, and if belief in various supernatural phenomena is related to the belief in other supernatural phenomena. So a sample of that would be, do you believe in werewolves? After watching American Werewolf in London, do you believe in werewolves?
Do you believe in werewolves?
Ed and Lorraine Warren believed in werewolves.
It's really like, I don't know, maybe they're real. Maybe it's a cryptid. However, I doubt it's like movies where they're like peeling out of the skin.
No, God. I don't know, man. I mean,
I will say I really liked, there's this TV show on Netflix called Hemlock Grove, and I really like how they portrayed one of the main characters turning into a werewolf. He like peels off his skin and meat and muscle, and it hurts a lot, but then he eats it. And then he's fed, and then he runs around.
Oh. You know how in Trick or Treat, when they do the werewolf scene, they just kind of like, they peel it off?
Yeah.
Ugh. That scene gets me every time.
That's my favorite
I love
little
that movie.
short from that movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
They need to make a sequel.
Anywho.
They made a comic book sequel. All right, so here's some of the, I'm going to just skip straight to the findings. All right. Again, this link will be in the description. You can see the statistics, charts, and everything in here. Like, they have the graphs. This one was free, and they have the graphs. Belief in supernatural phenomena varies from person to person, but overall, people on average believe in ghosts, aliens, and angels and demons more than in zombies, Bigfoot, and werewolves and vampires. This is based on the average score based on the respondent's belief, but this can also be seen in the mode and in the quartiles based on the responses. This is shown in the chart below. Link in the description. Belief in supernatural. Maybe I'll pop up the chart on the screen. I don't know. Maybe.
You should.
Yeah, here's the stats. All right. Belief in the supernatural was related on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being that the supernatural phenomena definitely exists. People believe more in some supernatural phenomena than others. After the data was recoded into belief versus non-belief of individuals, 84.5% of respondents believe in aliens. Excuse me. While 79.2% of respondents believe in ghosts, 74.2%, sorry, blah, blah, blah. Let me go back. I want to make sure I said the right number. 84.5 believe in aliens, 79.2 believe in ghosts, 74.2 of respondents believe in angels and demons, while 34.6% believe in Bigfoot and the Yeti, 14.2% in zombies and zombie apocalypse might occur, and 13.7% of people believe in the existence of werewolves and vampires. Are you part of that 13.7%, Taylor?
Of werewolves and vampires?
Yeah. Okay, so here's my thing.
I wanna-
I believe
can I-
vampires exist, but not in the way of
Yes.
like, blah. People will just drink people's blood for sacrifices.
I don't think that's considered a vampire.
Tell
I think
South Park that.
Okay. Well, I think there could be vampires out there. However, they are categorizing themselves as vampires when they might just have a weird medical condition, and it is a rare medical condition that affects very little people. So I think those people might be vampires.
Well, I know. Take this with the absolute freaking grain of salt. I think there was an episode in the early days of Ghost Adventures where
Yes.
they went to Vlad
New
Tepes's
Orleans, I think.
castle. Oh, that they might have been too.
Yeah.
But they said that vampires were more energy suckers than they were
Bloodsuckers.
blood sucking. But like, people will just drink people's blood for sacrifices and
For
stuff.
shits and giggles, pretty much.
Yeah,
There's
this-
cannibals out there. Like,
Yeah.
I
It's
really
gross.
I just think vampires are people with a weird medical condition.
Let it be known that Ghosts and Us do not condone whatever the Fuddruckers we just said.
Are you okay?
We don't
13%,
condone cannibalism. We don't condone drinking people's blood.
13% werewolves, vampires. Cool.
Yeah. Sorry, I just got blinded by my own light by looking at the camera. Now these results are slightly surprising, as there was a time that most people believed in angels and demons, whereas now people believe in aliens and ghosts than angels and demons. This is a change in the trends of society, as there's a decrease in the belief of religious-based supernatural phenomena and an increase in the belief of paranormal-based supernatural phenomena. Within the interview sample, there was a variety in the belief in various supernatural phenomena. Take a drink every time I've said supernatural phenomena. You're gonna die. Belief in aliens, ghosts, and angels and demons were common. When asked about the existence of aliens, one participant stated, "I don't know if I necessarily believe in them, but I think that it is conceited to think that we are the only forms of life in the galaxy. Earth is such a small portion of the universe, and somehow we are the only place that has life. I don't really think that's possible."
I mean, they came out saying, "Hey, aliens are real."
They did, but no one cared. Isn't that just freaking wild?
No one cared because they're like, we already believed it. We already knew, and now it's just
right,
like,
but like the government said it, and then it wasn't covered. It was all about the administration at the time.
yeah.
Like, we said it. It was there.
They're like,
No
old
one
news.
covered it.
It's old news.
Ay, ay, ay. This shows that there was no current proof of the existence of intelligent life in the universe other than Earth. People realize that the universe is just so big that it is statistically improbable that the only one place in the universe is able to contain life. Another interviewee who considers themselves to be very religious was also asked about the existence of life outside of Earth, stated, quote, "I think that it is possible because maybe God didn't just make this planet and us. Obviously there are angels and they live in some place other than here. So I would say, yeah, in some ways, end quote. This shows that not only non-religious people believe that there could be intelligent life. Another supernatural phenomena that the interviewees believed in at a higher percentage were ghosts. The rate of belief in ghosts is higher in the United States and has been increasing. There are more and more shows that are on television that are reality-based shows where people are ghost hunters, but there are also other shows that have people telling their stories of their experiences with ghosts. One of the participants who believed that ghosts were possible stated that, quote, there is just so much that we don't know to completely discount it. It is a bit of a jump. I just don't know. I've had friends who have had experiences. She really believes that it happened. She would wake up with bruises and the doors would shut on their own. It sounded really scary. I don't know if you would qualify that as a ghost or a spirit. I just don't know, end quote. None of the participants There's so much. I'm sorry. None of the participants interviewed had firsthand encounters, but most of them had known a person who had experiences with ghosts. This shows that the belief in ghosts is widespread. Though these people had not had experiences by themselves, they knew of multiple people and multiple ghost stories. This interaction between people and communication on the topic of ghosts is normalizing the belief in ghosts and allowing for more people to be willing to accept the existence of ghosts. That is the last thing I'm going to read. Hold on. Maybe there was, oh, yeah.
That is the last thing. Just kidding.
Well, I was going to talk about this other couple of charts, but like, I'm going to have the links in the bottom. Just look at it. I am going to read a little bit of the conclusion though.
Here.
Now that Melissa Halsey here, who did this study, has a bunch of references too in their bibliography. I do recommend people to do their own research, fact check. All right, I'm going to say it. Fact check. Make sure sources are reliable. I got these two. While yes, the scipost.org isn't the original article posting, these are both from places of higher education. This is from the one I'm reading from right now is from Northern Illinois University, and the I See Dead People is from, all right, where is that from? A different education institute. I think I said it earlier. I don't know. But these are both people who, did the research, did the studies on people. And here's the conclusions of this one. People are influenced by the media, whether they are aware of it or not. Based on the evidence from this survey, there's a direct correlation between the belief of various supernatural phenomena and the consumption of supernatural-based media. The data also shows that there is a large belief in the supernatural, with most people believing ghosts, aliens, and angels and demons. These three supernatural phenomena were believed in by a majority of the sample, which shows that the belief in the supernatural is widespread. The belief in angels and demons was likely higher in the past, as most people in the United States believed in God in the past. The result of only 3 out of the 4 people believing in heaven and hell was surprising based on this fact. Now that there's in today's age, especially in 2018, religious beliefs were starting to decrease. They still are. I don't know why.
I really I think that I think it's because of technology.
It
and
could
science.
be because of technology. It could be because science is a big factor. But if you really think about it, science and God kind of go hand in hand. I don't want to get into too big of a deep dive on that. I've already talked too damn much this episode.
I also want to say people are trying to be more free spirited or explore who they are on the inside and all that. But when you look at religious stuff, they kind of bash everything. So people just choose to say, well, I don't care anymore. I don't believe in this.
For sure. And that's what I wanted to get at is that the media, the media is, while, yeah, it exaggerates stuff in movies television and things of that nature, it's not hurting the paranormal field.
Hmm.
If anything, it's helping, which I think is interesting because you and I were both saying months ago that it was hurting. And I think now, after I told you, after I read this, I was like, dang, I think my perceptions have changed because, well, yeah, you have people who are saying anybody who uses a Ouija board is going to get possessed by a demon. Well, no, it's not true. Like 9 times out of 10, I think someone's moving the freaking plant chat.
Pretty much, yeah, because
So,
it's just involuntary muscle movement.
right. And we talked about that, the involuntary muscle movements and that nature. But like, I think it's just people who are just like, but they're just like hiding it really well,
Whoa!
Like, oh, are you doing this? No, I'm not doing this. Are you doing
Oh
this?
my gosh!
Oh
What
my gosh,
are you
no.
doing?
It's just, you gotta be respectful in the field. Like, look at us. Look at paranormal investigations as a whole.
Look
We
at us
go
just
in,
now bashing people with Ouija boards.
yeah. So
But yeah, be
you're
respectful.
one of them. I'm bashing you specifically,
I know.
but like, you got to come in with the mindset. Like, you have to come in with a skeptical mindset, but you also have to go like, whoa, I can't explain this. That's
You
crazy.
You can't just like shit your pants every time you hear a little tap in a building that is settled, like that an old building that would settle.
Yeah, Taylor, you can't shit your pants every time you hear a little tap.
I point out the taps. I don't always get scared at the taps.
I'm shitting on you.
You always do. Do you have anything else part of your topic that you want to
No,
share?
I just want to know what do you think about now about how the media is used to influence the paranormal field.
I still kind of think it hurts the paranormal field in a way. Like I
How
said,
so?
like
Can you just tell me a little bit?
well, like I said, like big Hollywood movies and all that. Like, yes, it gets people interested and they want to look into that. However, when they watch investigations and stuff that is real, they're gonna be like, ah, this is boring. Like it's not like
No,
the
and that's
movies.
fair. And yes, you do have to understand that sometimes nothing happens.
But
And it's just the way it is.
there's some people like I'm not saying everyone, but there are some people out there who just like I don't know, are dumb and would believe that these big Hollywood movies is how it really should be.
I think the thing that harms it the most is when, excuse me. I think the thing that harms it the most is when a movie shows how to do something or how somebody's like investigating the a specific haunting or demonic entity in like a movie, and then they're going to try and do that in real life and then claim that it's like the greatest thing ever when it's not. I think
Yeah.
that's what I'm leaning towards, but you also got to understand the fact, like, if you're interested in going ghost hunting for realsies, find like a haunted tour thing. That,
For
like,
example, the Sheboygan Asylum. That's
for
a great example.
if you're in the Wisconsin area or in the surrounding area and you feel like making a drive, the Sheboygan Asylum, the Glen Beulah School, the soon to be reopened Berlin location, they're all doing tours. It's not us, like, and I can say I'm part of it. Like, I do that stuff. So it's not us going, whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, sometimes we are because a lot of crap is happening. We're like, that's nuts. But sometimes it's literally us standing in a dark room talking to ourselves.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
I'm going to say that's like 75% of
I
any
would say that's about
investigation.
90% of the investigation.
Well, I'm saying for like everyone. Like
for everyone?
any investigations, I feel like that's 75% of the time. You may see an hour worth of content out of 12 hours that people would probably spend in a place.
Yeah, for sure. or if you're, the big wigs and you can afford to, be sent there for 3 days, you do all your interviews and then you're literally there all day from like day to the next day.
But you're
Like,
still only gonna get so much.
remember, they're
like-
also only putting together like 40 minutes of content together.
Out of the 24 to 48 hours that they would be there. Like, it's
And of those 40 minutes, about 20 of them of like a TV show is them interviewing people, them putzing around, going to the location. Like, you got to take into that to effect too.
I just want to let people know, ghost hunting, you need a lot of patience. You need to be comfortable with just talking to yourself, pretty much.
I did that
Talking
for
to yourself
28
out
years.
loud.
Only child. That's not a bad thing. I'm used to it.
It prepped you to be a ghost hunter.
Prep me to entertain people too. So, but yeah, that is my topic of the day. Is media
That was a lot.
media influence in paranormal field. It was a lot. I apologize for talking so damn much, but there's a lot of information. And again, I read maybe from eight, maybe 10 pages of that last article. I was picking and choosing different spots. That last one we were looking at was 57 pages. One of them being the title page and one being the bibliography. So 55 pages of stuff with stats and graphs and everything. And everything will be linked below.
That is so much research. Like,
Yeah.
go whoever that person's name was. I forgot.
Melissa S. Halsey from
Go
Northern
Melissa.
Illinois University. And go Femke Gausens from the other one too. She did. I'm assuming she also did a lot of research. I just don't want to pay $18 right now.
Go
Cool.
ladies.
Go ladies. Hell yeah. But yeah, let us know in the comments down below if you're watching this on YouTube, or send us your thoughts on our Facebook page on the comment section below what you think of the media influencing of paranormal beliefs or paranormal investigations and that nature. Comment down below what you think, and maybe if any of this information that maybe if you read it, let us know if it changed your mind or if it stayed the same, whether you believe in it, you don't believe it, you think it hurts, you think it helps, whatever you think, leave a comment down below. I'm really interested in seeing what people believe. And we're recording 2 podcast episodes today, so I won't be able to see them, right away. But once this episode goes live on Friday, let me know, and I'm going to see if I can get, because we're recording another episode on Sunday with a guest, and I'll throw that in a quick housekeeping segment if people comment. But yeah, if you want to be on the podcast, send us an email at ghostinus@gmail.com. Tell us your ghost story. I love hearing other people's stories. Or if you're a paranormal investigation team and you want a little spotlight on you, I'm all right with that too. We've done that with plenty of different people now, like the Hometown Ghost Stories crew, and those people were really fun. And Lauren and Thais, some of my favorite people ever. They probably won't be watching this, but that's fine.
We also had Mike from Red Paranormal.
Yeah, we had Mike, we had Larry. Like we have a bunch of people on here, and I love having people on the show.
Journey with Josh. I
Journey
had to
with
remember.
Josh, bring him
Can't
over.
forget about Josh.
But yeah, email us, ghostinus@gmail.com. You can follow us on social media everywhere at Ghosts and Us. Facebook, X. I haven't posted on there in a while.
Instagram.
TikTok. Anything else I'm missing?
I don't know. Thank you guys for listening.
What are the social medias we use? That's it. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.